What's up? So in this video, I'm going to talk about they watch my Instagram stories. Anybody who's watched my live stream knows what my stance on this is. Basically, it doesn't really fucking matter. Okay? It does not matter. When somebody breaks up with you, when somebody decides to end the relationship with you, do you really think that them watching your stories matters? Seriously, like really think about it. If somebody wants to end the relationship with you and they want to watch from afar, does that make any sense to you? No. When somebody's in a relationship with you, they want to share their life with you. They want to share their time with you. They want to share those things with you. If somebody wants to break up and then they want to sit there and watch your shit from afar, why the fuck would they even be with you in the first place? So you got to peel back the layers and be like, okay, look, you got to watch what people do, right? So if somebody breaks up with you, and then they're watching your Instagram stories, a month, soon after the breakup, sometimes they're just interested in seeing what you're doing because maybe they're trying to see if you're talking to somebody else or whatever. But far after the breakup is over, they're just over the relationship at that point. And it makes sense. It's part of the game, right? People get over relationships. People end things all the time. Who really knows, what the reason is that they're doing it? But what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is it does not matter. The action is what matters. Are they trying to return to you? Are they trying to make things right with you? Just because they watch your Instagram story doesn't mean shit. Watching it, look, I mindlessly go through Instagram all the time and I end up, scrolling through somebody's story. So it doesn't really matter at all because they're not doing it to try to get your attention. They're only doing it to either they're mindlessly doing it or they're trying just to see what you're up to, but they're not reaching out. They're not doing the important action of trying to get back together with you. That's the thing. That's one important thing you got to realize. They are not trying to pursue the relationship again. They're sitting here hoping. They're probably not even really hoping anything. They're just sitting there, probably just on their bed, fucking watching TV or whatever, watching Netflix, and then they're just going through Instagram stories. That's really what they're doing. It doesn't mean anything. And leave it to somebody that's heartbroken to try to find some sort of real reason why somebody's doing something, right? Leave it to anybody who's heartbroken to be like, oh my God, they try to find something out of nothing. They're trying to find, they're trying to find some sort of meaning in meaninglessness. You know what I mean? They're not really, they're not the thing is they're not seeing logic. They're only feeling, they're only thinking with the emotion. Look, I've mindlessly scrolled through Instagram before and I've watched somebody's story and I was like, oh my God, hi, I didn't realize I was looking at your story. So the most important thing for you guys to understand, besides the aforementioned thing, what have you guys, all you can worry about is how you show up. The way that you show up to things and the way that you come at life, right? How are you coming at life? What choices have you made to make your life better? And also, would that person want to come back to the same person that they broke up with? They broke up with you for a reason, right? So would that person want to come back to that same version of you? Think back to that. Think back to those things. Why would they want to come back to the one person that they weren't attracted to? At one point, they were attracted to you. Now they're not. So you thinking that watching Instagram stories matters just shows that you are paying attention to the wrong things in life. You need to be paying attention to what helps you grow as a person. And you need to be doing those things, those actionable events that do help you grow. Remember, going back to a person, the only thing that you really want back is the good times anyways. I really don't think you should go back to your ex. I really don't. I really think you should move on to somebody else who will try to help you work through any kind of problem, not just dump you when they feel like the attraction's gone. There are women out there that are like that. What I invite you guys to do is look inwards and be like, hey, look, have I made the necessary changes? If I ever got this person back, have I made the necessary changes to keep them in my life anyways? If you look inward also, you'll realize that you really don't want them back. You just want the good times back. And you only want them back because there's a selfish part of you that doesn't want them to be with somebody else. And look, everybody feels like that. Nobody wants to picture their girlfriend getting gorilla fucked by some guy, right? It's normal. It's a completely normal feeling for you to not want them to be with somebody else. It's completely normal. But what you have to understand is that comes from a place of selfishness. You want them just for you. They're a human being, and them letting you go increases your attachment to them, because we all want what we can't have. So when you increase that attachment, now you're like, oh my God, how do I get them back? How do I get them back? Not even really realizing that the relationship probably wasn't the best relationship anyways. So I invite you guys to look really, really deep into yourself, look deep into the relationship that just ended, and try to point out things that you know that weren't that good. And what you'll really see is there were a lot of things about that person you really didn't like. And you'll also realize that you're a valuable person too, as long as you put that effort and energy into becoming a better version of yourself. And when you become a better version of yourself, you're going to look back at the version of you in the past and be like, that person sucked. And you'll also look at your ex like, that person sucks now. Guys, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. The Instagram story bullshit doesn't matter. What matters is where you put that extra energy and focus now. Are you putting that energy into you, which you should be doing, reading books and so on, exercising, go to the gym and whatever, doing all that? Or are you paying attention to the micro actions of your ex? Are you paying attention to the wrong things or the right things? And that's what I invite you guys to take a look at. And because once you're aware of something, that's when you can change it. That's when you can manipulate your reality, is when you're aware of what's going on around you. This is why there are certain powers that be that don't want people to know certain things, important things in the world, but that's for another video. So I invite you guys to look inwards, become aware, become stronger. Tactical Sub Company, sponsor for the video, description down below. Bond is the best one. Get it, you'll smell better. Done.